In this video, I want to look at how to simplify radicals. So the first thing I want you to realize is this. So when I'm looking at something, and I'll just write down, let's say the square root of 8. When I say a square root, I'm looking for two numbers that multiply together times one other number to give me 8. What do I mean by that? Well, I like to start a list on the side here to help you out. So 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25, and so on. So as I go through here, 7, 8, and write these down, I'm going to write them down for, up to 100, we'll say. Now, what I want to do is I want to look at where 8 is. 8 is right here. So I have to only look at 4. None of these other ones will work. So when I look at the square root of 8, I can say that is the square root of 4 times 2. I'm basically looking for this perfect square. So this is called a perfect square. So I'm looking for the perfect square times something else to give me that 8. And I have the square root of 4 times 2 underneath the radical. Well, if I separate this, I now have the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. And I then evaluate the square root of 4, which is 2 times root 2. So the square root of 8 simplifies to 2 root 2. Let's take a look at the square root of 20. Here's what you want to do. 20 shows up here. So as I look there, I only want to be looking at the 16 and the 9 and the 4. So the 16 times 2 is 32, too much. 18 times 2 is 18, or 9 times 2 is 18, too much. So it's the 4 again. So it's the square root of 4 times 5. I can take that apart to give me the square root of 4, which is 2 root 5. Well, let's take a look at the square root of 32. So 32 shows up here. I always like to work backwards because then I can find the largest perfect square. So 25 is not this too much. And then I have 16. So the square root of 16 times 2 gives me 32. I then can separate it. The square root of 16 times the square root of 2. And the square root of 16 is 4. So you have 4 root 2. That's 4 times root 2. Square root of 75, another example. 75 comes all the way down here. So I'm going to work backwards. 64, no, 49 times 2, too much. 36 times too much. Oh, 25 times 3. So the square root of 25 times 3 equals the square root of 25 times the square root of 3. Square root of 25 is 5 times root 3. Root 40. Look at that. Where is that? Right between the 36 and the 49, working backwards, we have to go all the way up to the 4. So that would be the square root of 4 times 10 equals the square root of 4 times the square root of 10, which equals the square root of 4 is 2 root 10. We'll just do one more. Square root of 125. Take a look. One's got to be a perfect square. I'm seeing the square root of 5 times 5. Square root of 25 times square root of 5 equals 5 root 5. All right, now let's look at some more. If I wanted to look at cubed roots, well, I need to have perfect cubes. So perfect cubes, I'm just going to write the list. If I do 2 times 2 times 2, my perfect cubed is 8. 3 times 3 times 3, my perfect cube is 27. 4 times 4 times 4, my perfect cubed is 64. 5 times 5 times 5, my perfect cubed is 125. I'm going to stop there. So if I'm taking a look here and I say, okay, what is the cubed root of 24, let's say? Well, I know I would have the cubed root of 8 times 3. And I can simplify cubed root of 8 times the cubed root of 3. The cubed root of 8, I'm looking right here 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So the cubed root of 8 is 2, and then times the cubed root of 3. That would be your answer. Let's try another one. Let's do the cubed root of 54. Well, 54 is in between this 27 and that 64. So as I take a look at, I know 8 times a number doesn't give me 54, but 27 times 2 gives me 54. I can go ahead and split it, which will give me the cubed root of 27 is 3 times the cubed root of 2. We'll do one more. Let's do the cubed root of 250. All right, where am I looking? I can see that 125 times 2 gives me 250. So I have the cubed root of 125 times 2. When I split it apart, I will get the cubed root of 125 is 5, and then times the cubed root of 2. So I hope this helps when you're simplifying radicals. Now, just so you realize, you could do a fourth root. You would just have, if I did the fourth root, you would be having 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that would give you 16. And then 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that would give you 81. And 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, that gives you 16 times 16 is 256. So as you're looking here, you could say like the fourth root of 16, that would equal 2. But if you wanted to do the fourth root of, let's say, we'll just make it easy, 32, I would then do the fourth root of 16 times 2, which equals the fourth root of 16 times the fourth root of 2, which gives me 2 times the fourth root of 2. So I hope this helps when you're trying to simplify radicals, square roots, cubed roots, fourth roots, sixth roots, whatever it is. This is how your process would be.